Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. Please enjoy the show.
It's the corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you made it here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
The Chiefs are 2-2, and now it's Monday Night Football in Duval as Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs head south to take on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a primetime AFC clash, and you know the Chiefs are fired up to repeat that offensive performance. FanDuel has every angle covered from Mahomes' passing yards to Xavier Worthy's catches to how this defense matches up against Jacksonville's offense. Want even more action? Build your own same-game parlay and ride with Chiefs Kingdom all Monday night. With fast payouts and an app that's smoother than a Mahomes sidearm throw, FanDuel makes every snap feel bigger. And don't forget, every Friday on Chief Concerns, we drop our best 5-leg same-game parlay for the weekend, plus JD's 10 keys to victory, breaking down exactly how the Chiefs can take down the Jags and get above 500. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and make every snap count. Chiefs in Duval, under the lights on Monday Night Football, that's must-see TV. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. I'm Marcus Dash, and our guy, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, will be joining us shortly. Just wanted to get on here and talk to everybody in the chat, see how everyone is doing on this lovely Wednesday evening. And since we play on Monday night, we have almost a week to go till our game, so we got some time, and that means we get to enjoy Sunday football, stress-free football on Sunday, and watch all the games and not have to worry about the game, our game, at least for one more day. But hope everyone is doing well on this midweek show. We got a blast tonight of an episode. We are previewing the upcoming game against the Jaguars, who many are saying, a lot of these pundits and experts are saying are a good defensive test for our Chiefs, and I think I need to change the calendar there, but I'll do that after the show. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be talking about the Jaguars defense, what kind of test they'll be posing to us, a team that plays zone frequently, top 5 scoring defense in the league. We'll be talking about their vaunted red zone defense as well. And with our, red zone woes, even though we looked good last week, we still had we still have problems in the red zone. And we'll be talking about how we can kind of accomplish that and overcome our red zone woes that we've had, not being able to score touchdowns in the red zone. We can score in the red zone. It's not scoring touchdowns in the red zone. And then also we'll be talking about Spagnuolo, some crazy stats that I read this week about Steve Spagnuolo just being, one of these defensive coordinators. No, people want to call him the GOAT defensive coordinator, which you could definitely people put in that conversation. But the fact that what he's done with the defenses he's had over the years, doesn't matter where he drafts a guy, where we get a guy, he puts that guy in for the best possible position for us, and they end up doing well. Jalen Watson's a great example of that. So we'll be talking about that as well. And then also we'll end the show talking about Noah Williams. And of course, we're going to open up the phone lines and get you guys involved in the conversation. So I'll be posting the link. I think last Wednesday we had like 8 people come in. So I want to get some more guests from you guys. I want to hear from you guys tonight. So we'll be posting that link in the chat. So hopefully we'll be hearing more people come on tonight and talk to us and hear and ask us questions about what they want to see from our squad on Monday night in Duval County. So I'm excited for tonight's episode. All right, let's see who's in the chat so far. We got some early people on here early. Gary Holland, what's up, Gary? My guy, Gary. Witchy Hall, what's going on, Witchy? Hope you are doing well. Linda Hunter. Oh, Linda, what's going on, Linda? Hope you're doing well. About time, my guy, my fellow DMV, my DMV compatriot over here. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope the wife is doing well as well. Sending my love and prayers your guys' way, as always, my man. As always. Rich Cooper. What's up, people? What's up, Richie? What's up? We got Witchy and we got Richie on the chat tonight. There you go. Boom. I love that. Tailgater, my man. Tailgater, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, my man. Hope you're doing good, bud. Hannah, what's going on, Hannah? Howdy, everyone. I wasn't sure the cast was on tonight. Of course, Wednesday night. It doesn't even feel like a Wednesday night, honestly. Yeah, next week will be slightly different. Our post-game show will be the Monday night show, and then we'll incorporate the grades on our Wednesday show. just so there won't be Monday morning tight end on Monday this upcoming week. So we'll have the grades incorporated into our Wednesday show. So we're doing a little bit of that. It'll be faster grades on Wednesday. It won't be as long or drawn out. It'll be faster grades, and then we'll kind of get to previewing the upcoming game as well. So it's a kind of an action-packed show as well. MHK Angler zone defense time for Kelce and Juju to eat. Yeah, it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts against this Jaguars defense. I mean, it's still good to have Worthy and Tyquan be able to kind of stretch the defense out, but a team that primarily plays zone defense, yeah, it's going to be good for Juju and Kelce and a lot of the guys in the middle to eat, and possibly Jalen Royals. Might see even Jalen Royals kind of get involved this week as well. So you never know. So yeah, it should be a good one. Rich Cooper definitely need to clean up the red zone stuff, especially early game. Yeah, I'm curious what JD has to say about that because that's been kind of something we struggled from a little bit. Just over the years, not just this year. That's kind of been our thing, right? We get to the red zone and we end up getting field goals, not points. And is that because we haven't really established a run game? Who knows? I'm curious what JD thinks about that. The General, my God, the General. Salute, General. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Glad you're on here tonight. More Brashard Smith. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. This week we might see a little bit more. I mean, every week we're already seeing it more and more and more. But I think NFL insider Dan Graziano said today that we'll be seeing more Brashard Smith. That's the hoopla right now is more Brashard Smith, and maybe that's the antidote for red zone. Who knows? We shall see. About time wife comes back from Virginia in a week. Ooh, Virginia baby. Hope I hope your wife comes back, and I hope I hope it's all good news, man. Hope it's all good news. But Virginia's it's a good spot to be in. I hope everything comes back well though, buddy. Optimistic James, sub Wednesday. Oh man, well, I hope to see you later on tonight when we open up the phone lines. Optimistic. I know you always got some things to talk about, buddy. We'd love to see Royals get involved and get some yak. Yeah, that's why, this would be a good time to see Jalen Royals against a team like this, who does play zone defense. So the middle of the field should be something to play ball with. So, yeah. First quarter, no TD still. Yeah, interesting. Good point, Rich Cooper. Good thought there. Think about Nolan's first INT. Ooh, could be. I mean, hey, man, T-Law serves him up. Trevor Lawrence serves him up. So definitely we'll get in there. Brian Hwang, Brownlee, back shoulder fade. Ooh, maybe. I mean, hey, why not? Let's see. Let's get everybody involved. Sifu Lamar, Body Workers Culture. Ooh, we got a new person in here tonight. My first time catching you guys live. Your show is awesome. Hey, appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. Hey, welcome to the CC live chat family. I'm sure you hear us talk about everybody in the chat all the time. So welcome, everybody in the chat. Let's welcome our guy, Sifu Lamar, Body Workers Culture over here. Come on now. Let's show them what our chief concerns culture is all about. About time. She's only back for 2 weeks. Been back to Virginia till December. Got to be there with her specials. Okay. Hey, enjoy the 2 weeks with the wife, my man. And then, hopefully Virginia, her specialist, continues to work with her and continues to get better, man. Sending all prayers and love to you, buddy, and the fam. Laura Zinzer, what's going on, Laura? Hope you're doing well. Ray, all's well. Hope all's well with you. I can't complain. I'm doing all right. I can't complain, buddy. Today was I took a day off lifting. I've lifted every 7 days straight. Today I was feeling a little lethargic. I played basketball last night. I was kind of feeling a little not under the weather today. I do have an allergy to ragweed though. Ragweed's a killer for me these days. That's awful. But yeah, I'm feeling all right. Ooh, okay. Our guy, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, is here, and he's joining us. What's up, buddy?
What is up, Marcus? What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Good. We got a packed house on this Wednesday evening, JD, our Jaguars week episode. Everyone is in here ready to rock. And we've got a new person on here, somebody who's been a long-time listener of the show, first time coming on the live chat. Our guy, Sifu Lamar, Body Workers Culture.
Sifu Lamar, Body Workers Culture. What's going down? That's a heck of a name right there. Heck of a handle.
We'll never forget that one.
Yeah. What's up, Sifu? How you doing?
Welcome to the channel, buddy.
Yes, sir. Is it Sifu? Does Sifu mean teacher?
No clue. What in what language?
It may be Japanese. I think
Japanese. Oh, okay.
I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's out of my
Sensei
way.
is one, but Sifu is Sifu correct. See,
Ooh, there you go.
yeah, Sifu. Okay.
JD's guys, JD knows what he's talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Body works culture. So you getting everybody's body and stuff right, from what I understand, right? Isn't that what it is, seafood or Chinese? Chinese is over seafood. Yeah, seafood, Chinese.
Oh,
yeah.
Chinese, okay.
Japanese, yeah. I think
Nice.
Japanese is sensei, so seafood, Chinese. That's what it is. Okay.
Okay.
I got halfway.
Mandarin, teacher and instructor of body work.
Okay. Good to see you, seafood. Nice to meet you, teacher. How you doing? Yeah, well, good, man. Hey, listen, I tell you what, this is gonna be a good episode tonight. JD Man of the World. I try to be, of course. So saying hi to the ladies up top. How y'all doing? Kilani and Kinley. How y'all doing? MHK Angler. What's going on? I ain't seen that name in a while. Optimistic James, Andrea Chenault, About Time, Rich Cooper, Ray 028, Witchy Hall, Seafood Lamar, Body Works Culture. Sasha's in here, Brian Home. Who else we got? I say Andrea Chenault. Did I say Andrea? Bahrain. Is that how you say it? Tailgate, the big JD. Yo, what up, my guy? How you doing, brother? Hannah's in here. What's going on, Hannah? Rich Cooper, Lars Zinkser, Sim McBride. Okay. Some of our people's are here in the house, baby. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all here tonight. So, General 51. What up, General 51? Good to see you, sir. Tailgater. So yeah, man. So we're gonna rocking and rolling tonight, man. We're gonna have some good questions. Matter of fact, we're gonna open up the airwaves for you all to come and ask some questions, some things y'all want to talk about. Seafood is first time. If it's your first time here, we do open up the airwaves so you can come in, have a comment or a question to talk some good Chiefs football. Please do that. What's going on, Jazzy D? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you.
Yeah, JD. Yeah. So, like JD said, we'll be previewing this Jaguars game, and of course, we'll be opening up the phone lines for you guys to come in and talk about this game or anything questions you have for Chiefs related. But JD, so I saw an interesting soundbite today that I wanted to get your thoughts on. This is from Spags' press conference last week, where he was asked a question about Chris Jones's PFF grade during the Giants game, which I believe was pretty low. And they asked him about PFF, and he had a really interesting response about it. And I want to get your opinion on it, because we always laugh about PFF, right? Like, we always talk about how there are good things to pull from it, but it's not the end all be all, which is pretty much what Spags said. So I want to get your thoughts on it, because I thought it was pretty funny.
Of course, PFF definitely got to do that.
Chris Jones is usually, I know you guys have your own grading system and everything, but for the ones that are out there, he's usually one of the best. He's not grading much. He usually does. What are you seeing?
What grades are you using?
PFF is what I'm looking at right now.
That's what everybody uses. The only thing, Chris Collinsworth, I think he's a good dude, and he's involved in that company. I don't know how you put a grade on somebody when you don't know actually what their assignment was or what they were being told. So I don't know. It's like from our standpoint, I thought Chris in this particular game had a real big effect on the game. They obviously found ways to double him, whether it was two linemen. The running back at times was chipping inside, which you don't see a lot, because that was the Chris Jones effect. A number of times that he didn't get there, but I think he forced a quick throw or step up. So, from my standpoint, I don't remember what Chris's actual grade was, but I know that at the end of the game, I thought the guys up front, Chris included, had a big effect on the way things went.
How much stock do coaches, when they're looking at PFF, put the stock in that?
Well, I will say this. There's a lot of stuff the PFF puts out that's valuable and useful. My only thing, I think a lot of coaches feel the same way. Chris and I have talked about it. We've laughed about it. And I think their guys do a really good job. And they can be, but I just think there's a margin of error when you don't know exactly what the player was told. It may look like he's made a mistake or a mental error but it might have been exactly what they told him. So I think that I took a stat class a long time ago, and there's a name for that, whatever. There's a margin of error. This is the only thing I can think of right now. But we get paid to grade our guys and coach our guys and evaluate them. So we're not using that for that. And we're going to, as far as other players and whether we use the grades on other players, that has to come from our eye and watching the tape. So I don't think we would rely on grades, but there's a lot of other valuable information that PFF has.
Very respectful way of saying it's okay, but not my thing.
No, but he makes a valid point. This is the same point I've been making ever since we come in. We start talking about PFF grades, and it's this kind of ambiguous grading system and their metrics based on what, obviously what they created themselves, right? But Spags is absolutely right. They have no idea what play you're running. They don't. They have no idea what your assignment is supposed to be on that particular play. And so whether it be offense or defense, unless you know what the scheme is and what the play is exactly what the guy's supposed to do, how are they going to know? And so if they're braiding off of that, then it's just, like I said, it's a little ambiguity right there, right? And so that's why when he said the margin of error, especially with the grading system, is going to be just that, right? Because you're not going to have full context as far as like what it is that you have to actually grade. And so, but like you said, they do have some valuable things on PFF. We can go to them, check these things out, and look at it this way, okay? I look at it sometimes PFF because if I'm looking for something to be right, I want to go and see if PFF actually, supports my claim, right? Exactly. That's one thing you do. Like, look, exactly. We do this with all stats, okay? And measurements on things. So that's how it is in this world. So PFF is no different. They created this website with just because of analytics. Yeah. This and analytics have a place in football. We used to do it back in the day. Darwin Wallace was our guy. Rest in peace, Darwin. Darwin, we used to call him Rain Man. Darwin would come in with all these stats, okay, what teams are going to do, and the percentage of why they're going to, they were going to do it. And we were doing this back in the day. This is, I'm talking about this is 2000 when I first got to Kansas City. And we was doing those things. That's how it was working. So it had a space there like, okay, well, we see some of these tendencies, what you're going to run, what it's going to look like. If it's third down and 5, they have a tendency to run this play 24% of the time. Other one is 54%. And, it's just and it breaks down just the stats of it. And so that stuff is big business. So you do look at it. But like I said before, you don't know what you're running. How do you shoot?
Yeah, that's a great point. How are they going to judge if you're like if they think something's a misassignment? How do they know that's a misassignment or that was actually what they was drawn up for that player to do? I mean, like that was such a good reason as to why that like you can't really go by the grades of what PFF is actually grading.
No. So like just give you an example. So Chris Jones gets double teamed. Chris Jones holding 2 guys. Is that saying Chris Jones is getting blocked? Sure. I guess you look at it like, well, he's not really doing his job. He's not coming off. He's not, he's not scraping. And so what does it look like? But Spags is like, man, that's a great job. You're holding 2 guys. We ask. That means one guy's freed up to make the play. So that's an attaboy on Chris's part, right? That's what you do. You give a pat on the back. That's an attaboy on that play. And so you give him a check mark. You give him an A, whatever you grade, your grading system is. And so when I'm sitting over here, when I make my grades, it's somewhat of the same thing that I look at. I don't particularly know. Now, if I know the play that's being ran exactly what it's supposed to be, now I know because I play the game and, these plays are very familiar to me. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, did the guy do a good job or not? And so, I can give you a plus and a minus on this play just through me knowing, what the assignment is. So.
Right, and a lot of the run plays, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like you always talk about, it's pretty much there's only so much difference you could do as far as run plays and run blocking scheme. It's all window dressing, right? It can look different, but at the end of the day, a 34 dive is gonna be a 34 dive or a 24 dive. I mean, it's the same thing. It may look a little different, but like what you said, you were in the trenches. You know how some of those things should be blocked. They just made the formations maybe a little different from play to play, but I mean, yeah, for the most part, what is being run and how it should be blocked. So that's why you versus a guy like Sam Monson or whoever the PFF guys are like, I don't know. I don't think you know what you're talking about, but
And look, I'm gonna have my own grading system too. I'm gonna do it like based off the steps, how the steps are supposed to look. And then all of a sudden he had to get to the place like, well, did he get the job done? Everything didn't look pretty, but like we said, the other guys on the other side get paid too. Did the man get the job done? Okay, right. He did. That a boy. We got to be okay with it. But if I start looking at feet, you start looking at step, you start breaking down like the grading system for them and the Chiefs, totally different for it. Mine is going to be maybe from what PFF is going to be. And so, like Spag said, him and Chris, they joke about it all the time. They do. And as they should. Because I'd be sitting over like, man, if I look at PFF, I might have done terrible. And I'm sitting over here and I'm talking about the scheme of things when I'm in the meetings and I'm going through film work, something totally different. So
yeah, I thought it was funny when we had Dave Vermeil on the show a couple of years ago. I remember he said he might have been talking about the same system you were talking about, JD, where he said when we did the game predictions, he's hold on, let me go to my computer and print out my the same it's the same analytics numbers I've been running for years, guys. And then he had that little printout was like a stack this big.
Yeah, that's how we used to get them, man. That's how I used to get them. The Darwin have that, man, and it'd be that thick. You start looking at these, like all these numbers, you're like, dang, God, man. You start looking at tendencies and what they're going to do. And like I said, that does have a place. You start thinking, well, when you're looking at third down, second down, what are they more likely going to run?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think like Spag said, and I think like what we've talked before, PFF has good things to look at. It's not the end all be all, which some people do, because I in fantasy and just talking to people out in public about football. Well, PFF grade is yada yada yada. He sucks because he has a 69 or a 68. It's like, oh, okay. Did you watch the game? What did your eyes tell you? What does the stats say? It's like, oh, well, stats, whatever. It came in the fourth quarter during garbage time. Okay,
Well, yeah, well, that's when I guess the one dude that would always come at me when I would talk about Nick Bolton being a good linebacker.
Right.
I'm just like, what Nick does for us, he does a great job. He does. Maybe don't have to be perfect, but what he does, he's going to be the leading tackler. He's going to be in the place. He's putting everybody in a position where they need to be. The value is there. We understand that. He is invaluable to us. And so, everybody else, oh, well, he's not Fred. Man, ask him to be Fred Warner. We're not asking him to do that. We're asking him to be Nick Bolton in Kansas City defense and being Spag's mind out there on the field. He does a great job of that. So, that's why I always look at it. I just kind of, scoff at it. Just, all right, okay. Right.
Yeah. When I heard Spags talk about it, I was like, I had to show you because real football guys really appreciate that kind of comment to it, right? Because you're the same the mindset that Spags has when it comes to PFF.
Oh yeah.
Being in the locker room, you know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Rich Cooper said, "Does PFF can say how often CJ gets hit without a flag?" No, they don't.
Right.
And it's so blatant to me. That's what really boggles me is linemen will have Chris arms around his waist. He's coming through, and I'm like, how do y'all not call that a hold? How do y'all not even see that? And it's just I really don't get it. Because I throw a flag every play, like, oh man, that's a hold, man. You stop him.
And they grade quarterbacks on and players on turnover-worthy plays. So in the same kind of sense, in the same light, they should penalty-worthy plays, right, for defensive linemen, right? They should have penalty-worthy plays. Oh, this guy's getting held here, so we're going to give him points for this, like they take away points for quarterbacks who have picks that are dropped or balls that are bobbled and stuff. I mean, the same kind of things. They should apply that for other situations. But yeah, it's just nuts.
Yeah,
nutty, man. All right, so we're going to talk about stuff, not PFF stuff. This is actual numbers, right? When we look at stuff, when we talk about statistics on the show, we look at numbers, guys, not the PFF numbers. We look at the real X's and O's. So let's begin with this Jaguars showdown for Monday night. So as the Chiefs' offense is starting to look explosive, like the unit we've seen in years past, comes a big test in Duval County on Monday night. A lot of people are saying this is the biggest test the Chiefs have had this year. And if you look at the numbers so far, Jacksonville Jaguars rank number 5 in scoring defense. And right now, they are the league leader in takeaways right now. Coming off a game where they just beat the San Francisco 49ers. And, of course, 49ers are dealing with their own injuries as well. But, JD, when you look at a game like this and just seeing the research you've done on the Jaguars and whatnot, How big of a test is this for the Chiefs? Especially coming off a game where we looked so good against Baltimore. And we know Baltimore's got their own issues with their injuries and stuff, but that's the thing. We've played against teams who were battered with injuries before, and they still were. We didn't blow them out of the water, right? Our offense didn't click like it did, but something did click on last Sunday. How important is this game against Jacksonville to kind of start up with the same way we left off on Sunday?
I think it's going to be a good challenge with us. I do. Listen, we understand that they have a very good defense. They got a very fast defense, especially, the secondary, kind of getting down here on the linebackers. And of course, for us, we got a lot of speed on offense too. And that's something we got to be able to utilize. I watched a little bit of the San Fran game against them, and it didn't look – San Fran didn't seem like, right, you without Kittle, okay, you don't have Kittle, which is a big difference as far as like some of the things you're going to be able to do. And so I think it was Brock's first game back, wasn't it?
And his toe was doing so bad that he's not even going to play tomorrow night. I mean, it's only a 3-day turnaround. That's how bad his toe was.
He looked real suspect on some of those things. So yeah, we understand it's being challenged down there in Jacksonville too. But one thing I do say is this: as much as their defense does fly around, I think we're going to have a beautiful game plan for them. And I think what we had to see is the same thing that we seen this last game. I think you got to do a mix. If you want to beat this team, you got to mix it up some. That means run the football effective, hat on a hat, get on up the field. And then you got your targets. You can throw it deep. You got Worthy, you got Hollywood, Taquan, you got Juju, Travis Kelce can get off. And so I think those things, works in our favor. We just got to manage what we do, Shoot, sometimes we got to take shots when we have them and go up top. As long as we do it and we protect Pat, I think we're going to be fine. Now, on the other side of the ball, I think is where we really, have the advantage. Our defense against their offense. And so with our defense, we know that we've been shutting people down as far as like getting points on the board. And I don't see that being any different this week. And so Trevor Lawrence is who he's been. When he first got in, I really thought Sunshine was going to be this guy. Yeah, and he's been okay up and down, but they signed a big contract, man. I don't know if that Joker should have got the money he got. Just be honest with you. Etienne, we know is good. He's a good runner. Brayshaw Tootin is a guy that's in the backfield. They've been giving him a little bit of looks. Let me see the tight end. What is his name?
Brenton Strange.
Brenton Strange is pretty good. Okay. And we know Brian Thomas and, Travis Hunter, how those guys are going to look. But I think they've been somewhat a pedestrian, as far as this whole season. It really has. So I think if we start the run game, we play forceful in the pass. I think we're going to be fine. Still bring pressure, make Trevor Lawrence. We know Trevor Lawrence will turn the ball over. He will turn the ball over. As long as we do those things like that, attack them down in their place, we're going to be fine, Marcus. I think we're going to be fine. So,
So I'll get to the defensive points that you brought up, but offensively, Jacksonville, based on the metrics I've read, they run zone defense more, top 5 in the league. Most of their base D is a zone defense. So this game is not going to be more of a. I mean, we may test the deep ball, but this is the kind of game where it's going to be kind of more of a death by 1,000 cuts. Is that going to be kind of the game plan you think this is going to be, this type of game against the zone D?
Well, here's the thing. So what we do well, I would surmise, is I think we have a good offense for zone coverage. I truly do. Because we do a lot of kind of the, and in those guys, let me put it this way. And the reason why we do great against zone coverage is any of those guys run route combinations to beat more so zone coverage than they do man. And so sometimes when you see man, and I just say this before Xavier Worthy came back here, was it guys was really kind of sticky on guys? Yeah, you could run man. Why? Because you didn't think somebody was going to beat you up top until we start throwing in Taquan. Well, now all of a sudden, Xavier Worthy, you go man against him, he beats you deep. So it'd probably be in their best interest to probably sit there and say, okay, we don't have man, we'll just run zone. Well, shoot, we got a couple of comebacks. We got a couple of wrap routes. We got a couple of over routes. Travis Kelce does the best zone tight end route running than anybody in the business. We understand that. And so our route combination that we do and how we immerse this against defenses is better against the zone. So I think Pat, man, you give him time, he's just going to pick them apart. That's the only thing he needs. He just needs time. If you give him time against the zone, they'll definitely pick him apart. So I think what they do, Marcus, they'll probably try to do a little bit of mix, try to scheme it up somewhat, to try to, at least challenge us. We understand that. Now, here's the thing. The zone goes down into, obviously, the red zone. Okay, we were talking about that. A little bit different because all the spaces get tighter. Okay, that's the difference. Where we run a little bit more kind of pick routes and whatnot down there in the red zone. But we also have, that zone beater where guys just sit in the hole and sit in the window. We do a great job of understanding that. And Pat does a great job of at least conveying to his guys, hey, listen, don't run and get covered. Hey, if you see a window, sit there, sit in the hole. And so I think you'll start seeing some of us, like Juju scored the other day, passes like that. Juju or Travis and all those guys, I think those are the kind of plays you're going to be looking for. Shovel pass is another one. I think we was going to do the shovel pass, and Pat took it himself. Those plays always work. So
yeah, and I think too, like we talked about before, I think Worthy has shown time and time again that he's not just a deep ball guy. I mean, one of the routes that he ran this past week, that beautiful comeback where he had a guy on skates, and it was just, just to be able to get open for Pat right there was amazing. And yes, we have Tyquan, you have Hollywood, you have Worthy, who are all deep threat type of guys, but they can do a lot of everything else, which is amazing about those guys. Do you think in this game, as far as matchup similarity wise, Jacksonville's defense, is that more aligned with more of the Chargers defense of the teams we've played so far? Are they more similar do they more mimic that style of play?
I think so. They're a little bit of Chargers and Philly.
Right.
Philly does a lot of that too, zone wise. And they like bringing that safety down in the box to cover and kind of sit there and, and get the tight end coming off the line of scrimmage. But I think, for us, man, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. But having X absolutely opens up what we do. But like I said, Marcus, and I keep going back to this, we got to run the football. Why have we not been as great in the red zone? Is when we are a second and goal from the 5, we're passing the ball. Hand the daggone ball off. Come downhill. Go under center. That'll help out a lot too. Under center, the action from the backfield changes things. We do a lot of motion and whatnot and shifts that is also going to tear them up a little bit. Now, Liam Cohen, his offense, they do a lot of that too. Okay, but I don't think they do it to the degree that we do it. Things are going to look different. So you just have the dogs chase the car. That's what you need to do. Have the dogs chase the car. So,
do you anticipate in a game like this, you see this more of a Kelce kind of game? It could be a big Kelce game with the zone like this, especially they'll be being open.
I think Kelce will have at least 6 for 92.
Wow! Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I can see. I can definitely see him getting off, and he'll get some of those deep shots as well. So, how do you affect zone? Well, you affect zone with speed. That's what you have to do. Okay, you got to be able to push those guys off. You know how you was talking about that curl route that X ran, okay, or come back, you want to call it, but that quick little curl route. If you beat him with speed, he's got to open his hips. Even though he's got zone coverage, he's got the depth. Okay, he's got that zone. So what do you got to do? You got to threaten that zone with speed. And so we do such a good job of that. Curl routes, like I said, wrap routes, middle reads, all those different things. And Travis just owns the middle. He owns the middle. Now, what I would say is this, okay? And this is what I've been waiting for. When we get down there in the red zone, I would love to see either 13 personnel, my preference, 13 personnel, try to run the football, play action from that, or if you decide to bring in the extra tackle to play that tight end, shoot, then run the daggone football and play action out off of that as well. But I think that's what you have to do. I mean, you got to threaten to run. So I think Rich Cooper said something about RPOs. But the only way RPO is going to work is if you run the daggone football. Hey, you can and everybody understands that. Like, I mean, it's spots, right? I mean, RPO rules is pretty much the same. It really is. And so what do? You can disguise it. Who's going to be there? But who's going to be open on that is really the case. So
yeah, RPO is really a PO with when you're not running the ball. They're not going to respect the run. Run pass option. You're not running the ball. It's a pass option.
Yeah, he just like he is. They like he just giving the action. And they can sit back. They can just sit back. So.
Just a brief thing on the Jaguars. I know they're at top 5. I mentioned their top 5 scoring defense, but they've faced the 23rd, the 26th, 29th, and 30th ranked offenses so far this season. So, like it's a test for us. It's also a test for them as well to see if they are legit.
And that was really I wanted to kind of allude to that point of like, who had they really played? You know?
So they played Cincy. That was the game Burrow got hurt at halftime. They ended up losing to Browning. Browning, the second half comeback, fourth quarter comeback drive for them. San Francisco with Purdy's hurt foot. Pearsall leaving the game early. Jawan Jennings leaving the game early. No Kittle. They played Houston, I believe.
Beat them 17-10.
Yep. So, I mean, yeah, they haven't really played. They haven't really been tested yet. So this is a big test for them. So, but yeah, a lot of pundits are already saying this is you can't really judge the Chiefs on the Ravens game. You got to judge them on the Jaguars game. And of course, ESPN pundits are saying that because they want people to go watch the game on Monday night, which people are going to do that anyways. You don't need to add fodder in there by saying this is an actual test for the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll know what they're about when they play the Jaguars on Monday night. JD's Duval County. Is Jacksonville? Is that a tough place to play or no? No. They get sporadic crowds. They don't really fill the stadium up. I would have to say when I look at those places, Jacksonville I've yet to see a game where the stadium's always packed. And I always look at the crowd like, well, who's all out here? You start looking at the crowd at Jacksonville, and it's like little crowd, and they mean, yeah, it is patchy. There you go. That's a great one, patchy. That's a good one. I love that. That's exactly what it looks like. Yeah, man. It's not a tough place to play. Now I will say this, okay? I don't particularly like it. This is where I went down and I dislocated my elbow, Jacksonville. So, oh dang,
yeah, yes sir. And I remember that joker. I remember that happening, man. So. Oof. I've never had a good time down in Jacksonville. One of my boys is down there, man. He's from Jacksonville. So.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, I just, I got my dislocated elbow. Oh, my gosh. You're talking about one of the most painful things to ever experience? It was that. And so, hey, my right arm, you may tell your story. Have I not told you this?
I don't think so. I don't think I heard this dislocated elbow story.
Okay. So we're in offense, and I think we ran like a boot. And so I got, the over route coming in, and Trent throws it to Tony in the flat. Okay. Tony's open in the flat. So I turn to go block, and I got my guy, and I'm blocking him up the sideline, and Tony's coming up the sideline. Well, Tony about to get hit, and I'm blocking for him, and Tony just puts his head down and just plows forward. And he just hit my elbow while we just like a collision. He hits my elbow. I'm pushing the guy over. And I knew immediately when he hit me. I knew it immediately when he hit me that something was wrong. Okay. And all this is going through my head while I'm falling to the ground. So as I'm going down on the ground, I said, if I could catch myself with my hand and arm, I'm fine. Right? I'm fine. I go down and my arm just like it was like spaghetti. And I'm just like, oh man. They almost, how they talk about like Tyreek and his knee? So imagine my elbow doing the same thing. It was like I was sitting over here, and I remember this. I never forgot this, okay? I never forgot this. The guy that I was blocking, when I hit the ground, he said, yeah, that's why your arm is broke. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
man.
So I go down, and I'm looking at my arm, Marcus. I'm like looking at my arm, and my elbow is like out here, and my arm is turned all the way around, and my elbow is like out here. And I'm like, I picked my arm up, and it felt like when you see those big old rubber arms, that's what it felt like. It didn't even feel like it was my arm. It didn't even feel like it. And I'm sitting there, and I just sit down, and I feel like I'm going through shock. Well, the boom guy, the microphone dude that has a big old disc on the side, he sees me, he's like, oh, I see his face. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I see him just doing that, right? And so I'm like this, with my arm and my hand, I'm just like, help. Like, I need help. So obviously, the trainers run down, Bud Epps. Bud Epps comes and sees me, and immediately turns, he's like this to the medical doctors and everybody. The trainers come down. And he's like, oh, like JD, and I'm just like, Bud, help me. So they lay me down. Coach Ramil comes over. And so Coach Ramil is like holding my legs. They like, all right, hold him now. So the doctor is grabbing, like, I got one doctor grab my arm to pull. Another doctor up here is pulling the other one. And another one's like trying to set my elbow, right? And so when I'm telling you, the amount of pain, and I'm screeching, hollering, and they're pulling. And when they're pulling, I'm like, yeah, I'm like just yelling. And they don't set it. I'm like, oh. It's like Coach Mill just hold me down like, JD, just stay right here. Just stay right here. He's like, we got to do it again. I'm like, no, don't do it. He's like, man, we got to do it one more time. Sure enough, they get it again. I'm just yelling, and they hold me down, and they finally get it in. It locks up, and I'm telling you, when they placed it, that's when the pain went away, right? But it was still I still had pain, but it wasn't like the pain like when it was initial, like it out of place and stuff like that.
Oh man,
it reminds me like when Tyreek was getting carted off. Like he had pain, but he was still like cognizant of like, hey, everybody, stuff like that, right?
Right. And
I remember they put me on a cart. Of course, everybody, checked me out and stuff, and then I had to give this little thumbs up to the crowd when I'm going out. So that's my one little thumbs up to the crowd.
Did you play the rest of that game, or you were done for the game?
Oh, I was done.
Oh, you were done.
So I was done for the rest of the year.
I was definitely a year.
Oh, it was it. Over. I think it was like, shoot, I forgot what it was, but I tore like all my ligaments right here in my shoulder. And the thing is, he told me that thank God I was so strong and my muscle and stuff that I didn't have more extensive injuries than that. But I was black and blue, torn up, muscle and everything. Dang. So I was like cast up. And I remember I was sitting in the training room. And as I was sitting there, like one of the trainers he just stayed with me the entire like they just chill out, watching the game. I don't know if we won or lost. First one I seen though, first one that came in to come see me, the game was over, was Coach Solari, Mike Solari, offensive line coach. And I know Coach came over, he just like, man, JD, and I just like, I was in tears, man. I was just in tears. I was in tears just because of the injury. And then, if you've had injury again over and over, I mean, it's just like one of those things like, dad, God, you know what I'm saying? But it was kind of like one of those. And I could see Coach Solari could feel me. He could feel my emotion and everything. And he was just tore up like, God, dog. Things like that is when people care about you, the coaches. But man, I was done. I was done for the entire year. There's no coming back from that. No, sir. Dislocated elbow, all this torn.
Oh, man.
I'm watching my joint was out here, Marcus. Like literally, my whole arm was turned all the way around. Like it was turned all the way around. And I was sitting there thinking, like, what the? I didn't know what I was looking at.
Right.
And I was looking at my arm because it was just like Like I said, it was
like a toy that was twisted around.
Yeah, that was crazy. But when I'm telling you, one of the worst pains that I ever experienced, that was it. I was like, I don't wish that on my worst enemy right there on that shoot.
Dang, man.
Enemies, but I'm just saying.
And that was Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
When you think of Jacksonville, you think of that's the first thing that comes to mind.
I always come up, man. Elbow start.
Oh man.
So yeah, man, that was my story in Jacksonville. I know I had to just tell you a quick little story about how this, but I thought I already told you about how this dislocated my elbow, and it was T Gun. That was him. His doing. He was like, JD, I was like, it was absolutely you. It was absolutely you.
Well, that Jags player thought it was him who did it to you. Who was that Jags player?
I knew at the time. I don't know who it was now, but I knew at the time because I remember we played him again. I looked for that sucker.
Was it Donovan Darius or no?
No, Donovan ain't like that. It wasn't him. It was another dude. I would have known if it was Donovan. It was another guy. Yeah, man, that's why your arm is broke. I said, oh, I remember you. And I think we played him again, and I remember I searched for that sucker the entire game. You know what I mean? Really? You gonna enjoy my suffering? Okay, I got you. Got something for you, buddy.
You'll never keep a mental note of that number.
Number 24. Yeah, it's like
oh man.
Nah, that's it. So what he said, I passed that from a back injury back in the day as a kid, schoolyard football. Tell you, man, pain. And I realized at that moment, like I was in like a little bit of shock. Because I didn't know what to do. I was just sitting there like that, man, like, oh, hell.
Shit, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, it's an interesting story. I mean, never heard that one. What do you remember what year that was?
Maybe, I'm not sure, man. Maybe 2004 or 5. I'm not sure. I had to look at my stats to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up missing the rest of the season. At the end of the season for me. So Demetrio Spence said, is that where what's his name got hurt? Hollywood Brown got hurt.
Yes. Yeah. That was him. He got tackled. Cisco tackled him into the ground. But I mean, that's during a clavicular injury. That's a rare one. But it's interesting though. You don't really see. I don't think I've ever seen a player get a dislocated elbow. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I think 2002.
2002.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I've never seen. I think I might have seen like one of those messed up like gym videos, which are the worst videos to watch when people are like working out at the gym and you see like the messed up injuries that happen. I think I've seen that before. Like maybe a messed up elbow during like someone like doing like incline bench or something. But I've seen some messed up ones during those videos, but I don't think I've ever seen that dislocated elbow during a game before. Whew.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was.
What injury was worse? That or the sternoclavicular injury?
Shoot. I think my elbow for sure.
That was the worst pain.
Clavicle for sure was hard. It was tough because I couldn't breathe. I almost had to have emergency surgery for that.
Right.
That's why they rushed me over because I couldn't breathe. And then, like I told you, when the tech dropped me,
it went back into place.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I can breathe again. I said, no, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Man. Maybe, well, no, let me see. No, I went 2002. I think it's when I tore my pec. Let me see. Another one.
Was it Leftwich or was it Garrard as the quarterback over there at the time? Because Garrard took over like 05, 06.
Mm-hmm. I think Leftwich was okay. Yeah, I think it's so it could have been toward the end of the season because this is where we're against Jacksonville. I don't know. Years run together for me, brother. Daggone.
Right, yeah. When you play as long as you did, man.
I know it, dog. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, hey, man, what game? I have no idea. I have no idea what year that was.
Yeah, sometimes when you mention games, and I try to go research it real fast. When I have to dig into like the different box scores of those games.
Yeah. Now, Peter, that's what I'm doing, Don. I'm Google searching myself. I'm putting it in there, and I put in. So.
Let's see if ChatGPT might know. Let's see. What year did?
They said Tyree got hurt up there too. That's what Witchy says. Tyree got hit by Jalen Ramsey and dislocated his collarbone.
Huh.
Hannah said, "JD got my arm hurt." Hannah, when I tell you, pain like I've never experienced before, and I have a hard tolerance for pain. I've been injured in football, right? There's a lot of different stuff. That one, oh my goodness. So
I got ChatGPT on the case right now.
Okay. I'm over looking at the years and I can't, what's it? Couldn't be 2001. Might have been 2000. Let me see. Because we're looking at
Rich Cooper says August 16, 2003, JD.
2003.
But wasn't that the year we went undefeated? You were playing that. You played that season.
I did. Yeah, I don't think we 2003 were. Yeah, we were 13-3. No, I didn't miss any games that year.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 2006. Could have
2006.
Because we had Jacksonville at the end of that year. So it could have been the last game of the season, I think.
Okay.
No, could have been 2006 because that's not Vermeer era. I know it was Vermeer. Vermeer was holding me down. I know that for a fact.
Huh. Yeah, I got an injury report here, but it won't let me click on it. I have to subscribe to the channel, but it says you were out that game, and it says Jason Dunn, parentheses, elbow, probable Dwayne Clemens.
When was that?
It doesn't say in this January 3rd, 2002.
Okay.
That's his injury report. So that would be 01 season then?
Yeah. So I do see that. So I'll tell you what. Yeah, because I only played 11 games that year.
In 2001?
2002.
2002, okay.
Mm-hmm. You said D. Clem. D. Clem was, he was playing, during that time. So, no, you're right. 2001 season.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. And we beat them 30-26.
Okay.
Because I missed the very next game I was out against Seattle. Man, we weren't very good. We were 6-9 that season.
Oh, really? Dang.
Mm-hmm. Not very good.
Trying to see if there's any clips from that game. There's clips from it, but it's ESPN. They probably don't have the injury on there.
Oh, shoot. No.
Oh, Brunell was the quarterback of the Jags at that time.
Yeah, Brunell.
Okay, so it was pre-Leftwich and pre-Garrard.
So, 2001. So, whoever was on defense, oh, shit. But anyway, that's sucker, whoever it was at that time.
Oh man, it got kind of chippy that game. One of their D linemen hit. I punched Casey Wigman.
Yeah, they was always like a little dirty, man.
The Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah. And chips on the shoulder for being the new kids on the block.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha says PFF grade JD at 99 that game.
Yeah. Let me see. Shoot, they got. Hold on. I'll tell you who it is. I'll tell you exactly who it was.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT ended up getting it. They get short answer. He heard it in the 2001 season. The injury that happened in the Chiefs game against Jacksonville, December 30, 2001. We got it before you, ChatGPT. So thanks for nothing.
Yeah, I think it was Fernando Bryant.
How long did his career last after that?
I don't know. Not even sure.
All right. So, JD, you mentioned of the red zone a few times, and
yes,
there's a report today. You mentioned the bringing the run game, and so NFL insider Dan Graziano today actually said that there's reports that the Chiefs are going to continue to give more utilization and more reps and more snaps to running back Brashard Smith, answering a lot of Chiefs fans' prayers. They wanted to see more Brashard Smith, so they'll be getting more Brashard Smith, according to Dan Graziano. And also, Louis Riddick also said that, too, on Get Up this week, that we'll be seeing – he knows we'll be seeing more Brashard Smith going forward. The red zone has been a common thing for us the last few years, but it kind of continues again this year. So right now, we're playing the Jags, who have the 5th best red zone defense in the league, holding the opponents on touchdowns on just 44% of trips. The Chiefs' offense has been in the middle of the pack this year, about 18th, cashing in at 57% on touchdowns in the red zone. Obviously, it's not just a this year thing. This is an issue that's kind of plagued us for the last few years, where we get to the red zone to kind of stall. And it's not surprising that our run game hasn't been there the last few years as well. So the answer to this, you talk about running the ball more. Does Brashard Smith provide us an element in the red zone that we could utilize a little bit more? I know he's more a pass catching back, and McKinnon, like a lot of people do, liken him to McKinnon as far as the pass catching aspect of him, and he helped us out in the red zone. So do you think there could be this kind of Brashard Smith X factor as far as helping us out in the red zone?
Look, the kid's a talent. We know that. We know he can catch the football. We know also, too, I showed at the end of the game, he was able to kind of get skinny in the hole, too, Marcus. But sometimes that red zone requires maybe a little more oomph behind you. And if we want to talk about oomph, we had to talk about my guy, of course, is Kareem Hunt, maybe even Pacheco in those situations. What I've seen is Kareem Hunt absolutely make 3 to 4 yards, tough yards. Even when guys are not blocking, Kareem can turn and twist his body for those extra yards. When we brought him in, he became our guy on the goal line. Then we didn't have to do all the trick plays and stuff like that. We could hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt, and he can go get it. He go hit his head on the goalpost with all the tough yards, the churning and all those different things he can do. He runs hard behind his pads. He's got low center of gravity. You know, he's got powerful legs. Those are the things he does well. Brashard Smith absolutely can provide some of that too. The thing is, I just think him being a smaller back, definitely in the play action pass game, you could definitely do stuff with him. One-on-one with him, you can also do it where he's, linebacker one-on-one. Hey, you want to run an angle route with him, he can win on that. You can run an out route with him. Shoot, if you do like a swing pass, okay, let him get one-on-one with the linebacker or the corner or safety, whoever gets him, and then let him just do his thing. We see how he was tiptoeing up the sideline, man, like a tightrope. And that showed me an element of a young guy that has something to him. They were talking about juice and what he provides. He has that. That's who he is. So I'm not opposed to that. He definitely has it about him. But if I'm sitting there saying to hand the ball off, I like to see us hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt, preferably the first time. And then the second one is, Pacheco. But Brashard Smith can do the same. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to do it. I think if anything showed is this guy's warranted a few more carries in our offense. see what he can do. So, and look, let me just say this, okay? Make my point. It doesn't matter who you have in a backfield if the guys up front don't get the job done. Let me say that, okay? And so what we've watched in the past couple of weeks is sometimes short yardage, our offensive line wasn't really doing a great job. Now, they got better this past week, and I'm looking for them now to even get better. And so do we trust those guys up front? We should be able to. I think, when you pull Trey Smith, he does a great job pulling into the hole, maybe getting to the outside. Keen Suma, I think, is better on the line of scrimmage, kind of getting up to the second level as opposed to the pulling aspect of it. Josh Simmons, we know, can capture the edge and get to the outside. Even if you're moving your tight end, to get to the outside and capture the edge, that's something you can do too. So there's different things that we can do. We've done also too, Marcus, the quick little jet sweeps that outleverages the defense immediately down there. Well, the thing is, if you run zone, those guys are going to be sitting there, waiting for something like that. So I think your scheme, you really had to have a mix, man. But I had to say, if we're down in the red zone, I would look to incorporate the run, open up the holes even more, because that would help out with the pass, the play action. And so I said 13 personnel. Why not do that? Robert Tonyan, has seen a lot of him throwing the football to him. He's ready. Throw the ball to him. Travis Kelce, Noah Gray. We got great tight ends catch the football. Probably some of the best in the league. And we know this. So let's use that. Use the big bodies when we got it. So we have a number of things that we could do. But one thing I have to say we absolutely have to do, Marcus, we have to run the football. We got to establish the run, man. We got to be dominating in that regard, in that respect of our play. So,
yeah, I know we applauded the team for running the ball more last week, but again, those numbers were enhanced at the end of the game where they were just trying to run the clock out and get out of Dodge with a lot of the carries to Rashard and Kareem at that fourth quarter when Minshew came in. So that did elevate the numbers overall. But I think there's one series that sticks out in mind to me where we didn't run the ball, and I guess it was towards the end of the half, but we still had timeouts there. It was that 2nd and 10 where Pat just gets sacked. It was right after Lamar fumbles the ball. We get the ball back on our side of the 50.
Yeah.
Second and 10, Pat holds the ball and he gets sacked back there and he goes to 3rd and 19. And it's like, oh man, look, we got a little bit out of field goal range there, and Bucker ends up missing the kick. But like, you run the ball there, at the very least, I know people want to dog Kareem not being an explosive runner. At the very least, we're getting 3 to 5 yards on that run with Kareem Hunt there. At the very worst, 3 to 5 yards. Instead of 3rd and 19, it's 3rd and 5, and that's an easier kick for Butker. And we end up using that timeout anyway. It's just one of those things where, like, I even if it's not on the red zone, on our side of the 50, just getting positive yards. And that's one thing that people want to discount Kareem, is the fact that he's getting positive yards. It may not be the 20, 30-yard runs that you want it to be. It could be eventually if we block it right. But it's 3 to 5 positive yards every time he touches the ball. I've yet to see him take a negative carry. Even at that 4th and 1 play against Philadelphia, where the offensive line let everybody through, I think he still got a net zero a loss on it. I think it was zero. It was zero. There was no gain on it, nor a loss on that play.
Yeah. So to me, that when I talk about formulas that work, I think this is a formula that works. Kareem Hunt does a great job in short yardage. We know this. We know he does a great job of getting the 4 or 5 yards. Yeah, he don't have to be the home run hitter. He doesn't have to be. He just got to move the chains, and he does a very good job of that. And the thing is, one thing I know, Marcus, and we've seen this, is the more carries you give him, the better off he is. That's what he does. And I don't know if you still have that same video up from last week that we had that I showed you, or from Monday. You still got that video?
I believe so. Let me see. Let me check in the this is the offensive line stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I believe I have it. Yep.
So like with these type of formations right here, man, they work. Trey, yeah, I wouldn't pull Juwan on this, but they pull Sumaitei and then Josh Simmons in this. This right here. I mean, Kareem can get skitty in that right here, man. We just need our guys, okay? And I'm gonna say this too. I said this. He's got to get a little bit lower on this. When we run root guys out, you got to get low. I mean, you got to be explosive. Same thing with our tight ends. That's why we brought Jalen Moore in, because if we letting this happen, and a guy comes off and makes the play, then and I'm really not trying to pick on big fella. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not. But one thing I want everybody to see this, okay? Because I was gonna put this out here. Watch 87. That's what I'm talking about right here. Everybody can say, you know, he's old, he ain't the same. You see this right here? This is what we're talking about, toughness. That's what we need. This is somebody gonna get the job done. Inline, backside, and he's handling this joker right here. He's tossing him in the club, put him over the pal, bending him up. Well, I got to move his feet, man, and overtake this. Trey gave him enough on his backside to get up to the second level. Okay, we got to come off the football. We have to. Shoot. Sumaitei and Creed, they double team over here. It's textbook. They throw this sucker right out the club. That's what's going on. So, you know, the defense that Jacksonville runs, we can run these plays against them and be successful. We can. Now, of course, like I said, this play right here, I'd rather run it under center, okay, as opposed to out of the gun. But okay, we'll deal with it. He almost go hit his head on the goalpost on this play. Let's watch everybody on this. Trey pulls. I mean, he absolutely rules. I mean, this is a bulldozer move. Down on the ground, and Trey lifts him up and folds him on up even more. Straight dump truck. Creed doing a great job, holding everybody up. I mean, Josh Simmons is just, he's taking this sucker's lunch money, just taking it. Okay. King Suma's just got to hold on to this guy. And Bashar Smith is hitting his head on the goalpost. He's down there, he's striking the band up. He's jumping in the crowd. Or he's up on 14, right? Hamilton, that's one-on-one with him. So I think he's learning, he's getting this. But if we block like this, open up these holes, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. And that's what we have to do. Okay. I just wanted to say that because I had to go back to it just to give that. But I when I look back over the film, I had to give kudos, man, to 8-7. Shoot. You know, because I think everybody, I don't think everybody appreciates. I know I appreciate when I'm watching our tight ends go out there and blocking, especially 87. He's out here doing it because he don't have to. It'd be easy for a guy his age and his years. I won't say age. I don't want to do that. His years in the league, okay, to go out there and actually mix it up with guys. It's easy for guys not to do that. As a matter of fact, as a coach, you'd be like, oh, okay, man, you good. Don't worry about it. But now, 87 said, this means a lot to me. This means something. And so when we sitting over here, we watching 87, he hadn't changed what his mindset's going to be for this year. Getting the job done. Jacksonville is just another team in our way, man, that we need to go ahead and decimate and get out of the way. We need to go do it down there. We need to go back and establish ourselves. One thing I said last week is we got to remember who we are. That's what we have to do. So guess what? This game gives a lot of confidence because it let us remember this is who we are. We know we can go up top on guys. Pat has a chance to throw it out the stadium. He's got guys that can go get it. He's got Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton. He's got a Hollywood Brown. Guys of that nature, right? They were showing the stats today of Tyquan Thornton that Tage had to show, you know, of him getting open and his yak after and stuff like that. Yeah, good. Throw it to him. Let's go test them out. Let's test their mettle. That's what we do. So when we go down there with Jacksonville, it's got to be on attack mode all the time. But that attack mode, Marcus, has to be just more than just the passing. We have to run the daggone football too. And so when I see certain things like this, where we are getting better, right? I'm looking at the offensive line. Hold on, let me see what they graded out this week. Okay, because I still got it here. Offensive line graded out at a B. That's what they graded out at. Week before that, they were C+. I think the week before that, they were C. So they are getting better. So I'm looking for these guys to have a B+ this week. They're talking about how good their defense is. This is a great challenge for our offensive line and our offense. This is a hell of a challenge for us. And we need to take it as such. So I see somebody was showing that people picked Jacksonville to win. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're picking Jacksonville to beat the Chiefs? Okay, all right. So you just have some people who are just, they don't even care. Whoever the Chiefs play, they're just going to go against the Chiefs because they want that to happen. They want that to be the reality. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
You've seen most come around back on the Chiefs bandwagon this week, but for the most part, you have people who are kind of hesitant, like, well, Jacksonville's a better test than the Baltimore Ravens, even though they picked the Baltimore Ravens last week, but now that we beat them, it's like, well, Jacksonville's a bigger test for them. Okay.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We know Baltimore, even with the those guys missing on defense, still a much better team than Jacksonville. We know this.
Yeah, I mean,
not even. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Look,
well, and their offense too. That was the number one scoring offense going into that game. We made that offense look weak. I mean, we that's what we did. And I know everyone said their defense was hurt. All these guys were out, but offensively, they had everyone there, and we took them out.
Yeah. So this right here, everybody's talking how great, the Jacksonville defense. I remember this when me and Block was talking. When Block and Priest, and I did Priest show the other day, so when he comes out, y'all got to check it out. We had a great segment, a great episode on Priest's podcast. So, but we were just talking about that Atlanta game. Atlanta game came in. It was saying we heard the same thing offensively. They kept saying, "Oh, the defense is this. They shut people down. This and that. Blah blah blah." And all we did the entire week as an offense, we sitting there saying we cannot wait to play this defense because everybody keeps talking them up on how great they are, how good and whatnot. Okay, Priest got him a whole lot. Blaylock got him a whole lot. Heck, we had 8 touchdowns. What we did, and we came in and we absolutely flattened that defense. We flattened them. You know why? Because he kept telling how good their defense was. That's all they kept spouting. Oh my gosh! The Atlanta defense and this and that, blah blah blah, such and such. Man, ain't nobody hearing that. Anybody want to hear that? Fine, tell us. Go ahead, keep telling us how great they are, please. Yeah. What we're gonna do? We're gonna make you eat all of that you said. Every single one of you jokers that's sitting over here holding them up and all they great and are they gonna beat the Chiefs? Fine. You remember this. Probably one of the best accounts that I follow on Twitter is Chiefs Receipts.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's a good account, yeah.
Yes, it is. I love it. Yep. We got you too. Yep, got you saying it. Keep going. Who else? Anybody else want some? Anybody else? Y'all got somebody else got something to say? Come on through. We got you. Put your receipt up here as well. So
Russell Sanders said Priest said on Sunday pregame that he preferred JD over Gonzalez because JD would block for him.
Hey, man, we had a good time, and the rest of the boy appreciate that, man. Me and Priest had a good time, man. We had a good time on the episode, so y'all go watch it out on the home stretch. He's getting out there. I'm glad my brother's getting out there on the podcast. So
that's awesome.
Good stuff. Oh yeah. No. Check ours out too when we have Priest on here. I told Priest he had to come back, so he's gonna come back through.
Awesome.
Come back through, man. So,
awesome. Yeah, a good way to plug his podcast coming on the show.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Absolutely.
Jeremy, realistically, his role's a bust. Every rookie has played and made plays, but I haven't heard his name. Come on, Jeremy. You know ball. Come on. He's not. The guy just got active 2 games ago after knee tendonitis. They're not going to rush him out there, especially on the deep receiver room that we have right now. They're not going to rush him out there if he's not properly ready yet. And also, I mean, yeah, it's way too early to say. We haven't seen him get on the field yet.
Jeremy, listen, you can't call anybody a bust the first 4 games of the season. 1, 2, the man has been hurt. He was absolutely killing it up in camp. probably his name was probably higher than it was Tyquan Thornton and the things he was doing and how he just picked up the offense. So when he's fully healthy, hey, man, he's going to be an absolute weapon for us. So he's not a bust. No, we can't go there with it, man. We can't go there with it.
No, it also he was a mid-round pick. It's not like he was our first-round pick who hasn't touched the field yet, you know. So and he was also coming off an injury last year as well, a foot injury. So like, gotta give him time. Gotta give these guys time.
Yeah.
All right, so JD, I want to talk defensively. I know we love talking offense on the show, but I want to give Spags his flowers that we talked about. Steve Spagnuolo, in the opening of the show. But Steve Spagnuolo has been actually getting the most out of his guys. Now, week one, we were all kind of like, is our defense finally falling off the cliff? Some people were saying that. Chiefs have not allowed a running back to hit 100 yards in 30 straight games. That's playoffs included. They're the number 2 scoring defense over the last 3 weeks since week one, just giving up 16.3 points per game. And since the start of the 2023 season, they've been the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL by a wide margin. So Spags, man, you give him guys, your undrafted guys, you give him 7th-round guys, you give him veteran minimum guys. He's making the most with all the guys he has. I know we talk about how we need another defensive tackle. You know, we there's things we've won on the show that Spags never got. I'm sure he's banged the table for, but he's never gotten that. But he's made do with it over guys, guys like Brandon Williams who come out of retirement to come play. Bringing Mike Pennell back and revitalizing his career and being the run stuffing guy that sought after one that Cincinnati got when we cut him. I mean, he's done the most with whatever he's been given. And I know a lot of people call him the GOAT defensive coordinator. But JD, when you look at Spags, what is it about him that he's able to maximize and elevate the game of his players year after year after year, even when we think, there's deficiencies in this position, but then it comes down, it's like, whoa. Because, for example, the stopping the run, we thought not having Mike Pennell was going to be an issue this year. And, again, I still think we had Mike Pennell, it would be much better for us than not having him. But, again, our run defense hasn't really missed a beat. And that's without having a run plugger next to Chris Jones.
Man, this is something that we could say dynamic leadership. He understands how to lead his guys. Does a great job of putting guys in position to make plays. And so what Spags believes in, he believes in attacking and, just playing a very stout type of defense. He trusts his guys on the outside, too, to go man to man with your best receivers. He trusts those guys. That's what guys want to be able to do. If you want to get your names up in lights, you want to get some notoriety and all those different things, and go one-on-one. That's what you look at, man on man. And so Spags don't mind doing it with the outside guys. He got some guys that, playing in secondary, coming down and making plays too in the box, but also covering guys that he knows, other guys won't do. They won't go with the matchup. Spags don't have no problem with putting the safety on, a wide receiver or a slot guy. You know why? Because he says, I believe in you. And so just like any other person out here, whatever position they in, whatever occupation you're in, it's always good to hear that the boss has full confidence in your abilities. Okay? And so Spags is sitting there when he's talking to his guys, he speaks to them in a way that he's talking life into them. He has a conversation that says, hey, listen, I put you here because I trust you. I put you here because I know you can do the job. And so he's already talking to him about them making a play, right? So he's already exuding that type of confidence to a player. So I watched Ty Law talk about Bill Belichick. Ty Law was sitting there saying, like, Bill Belichick was always prepared. So he always knew that when you go into the game, he knew what he was talking about. And he could trust that. So Spags, when he's going into the game, he's letting everybody know what they're going to do, what they're going to look at. He's like, all you have to do is just do what I'm asking you to do. We're going to be fine. We're going to be all right. We don't have to get 1 million sacks. We'll get that in the blitz game. Some guys will go ahead and get, the hustle plays. Some guys are going to get their sacks. He said, but as long as you play within the system I'm asking you to play, you're going to be effective. Things are going to come to you. So you just have to be patient. And so that's what Spags has been able to do. We watched how when they against Lamar Jackson this past week. He went after him, right? errant throws, interceptions, fumbles, and all those different things, right? But one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He do us against Trevor Lawrence, who I wouldn't call as a top 10 quarterback. It's going to look even better. We're going to have even more turnovers. So I think that's what it is, Marcus. I think he just trusts his guys, and guys love that a coach has that type of confidence in their abilities, really.
Well, it's one thing that, like, I guess in my years of watching the Chiefs, like going back to, Greg Robinson days, right, to now, I just don't remember a time where we had a defense that we were trotting out like seventh rounders to start the season out, UDFAs to start the season out, and being like, okay, this is interesting. I guess this is like going to be kind of a spot where we're going to test it out to see what kind of trades we're going to need to make mid-season. But instead, these guys end up being guys for us. I mean, look, Xavier Worthy was a guy we got Dallas Cowboys practice squad, and he ends up starting for us, and then becoming a big-time paid DB in the league. Legarius Sneed was a mid-round pick, ends up being a dog with us and then getting paid with Tennessee. All these guys, and Jalen Watson's another good story. Guy who starts week 2 for us on Amazon Prime. It's like, okay, 7th round pick out of Washington State. How's this going to go? Or like, people were nervous about it. But no, these guys go in, they dominate, and look, I mean, we have diamonds in the rough, and it's like, it's not a diamond in the rough anymore because I feel like there's so many guys where he's done those with so many dudes around the years where it's like, I expect to come in every season and have Spags find a new gem on our defense just because we keep finding these type of guys who are mid-round guys, 7th round guys, or UDFAs, and they come here and they play pivotal roles for us.
Yeah, but he tests them out. He wouldn't bring guys in unless he trusted them. And so I think when you talk about some of these guys who might be journeymen or he's a practice squad other places or late round pick. Spags is sitting there saying, like I told you to talk, he's speaking life into these guys. Okay. And so these are relationships that he's building, not just on the field, but also too about who he is. Spags is looking at these guys, and it's like there's more to him than just playing football. I know that's how Spags is. When I was talking to him in camp, I mean, it's just who Spags, his character, his balance of a person. You could just tell, man, he's just a good dude, fully. And so I always enjoy talking to Spags. I do. But you can tell in his heart, man, he knows the game. He knows the game. He's been around a long time to see it all. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do that's going to be able to trick Spags. The thing is, and what I watched, and I said this on the show on Monday, is I love how he has utilized Chanel, also to Menahu, how he's utilized Gelati. I mean, who else? Where they're just being so versatile, moving inside and out. So their defensive tackle, defensive end, that's what he's doing. And so that, to me, not a lot of defensive coordinators would do something like that. You're not going to take a Chanel and have him stand up at defensive tackle and rush. Man, I was sitting there watching. I'm like, look at this. We got Chanel playing the 3 technique, standing up. I'm like, why not? Bring speed. And that's part of what some of the things. Bring speed, bring something different that they're not seeing. So I love the complexity that he has, but it's still kind of simplistic, if you will. He's like, look, I'm going to put you in a position for you to make play. All right? This is where you're going to be on this play. This is your job. This is your assignment. All you have to do is just do that, right? And be great at it while you're doing it. I wouldn't have put you in here if I didn't trust you. So guys hear that. They know that. We've seen it like you was talking about. Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson, all those young guys we put in when they first got here, we're getting out of them. Noah Williams, right? We're watching Noah. We're seeing what Noah's doing. We got Noah for a reason. And so Noah, when I spoke to Noah at camp, in camp, my assessment of him in our conversation was he was just trying to get everything down. He was like, man, it's a lot. And he seemed kind of like a quiet guy, kind of shy, but we had a good conversation. We really did. Because I was just asking him, I said, look, man, you could trust Spags and those guys. Okay. You got great coaches. You got the best in the business. That's what I told him. He said, yeah, he's starting to figure that out. But he realized like there was a lot going on for a young guy coming into the league, and it is defensively. But when you have a coach that believes in your ability and doesn't mind putting you in there, like, hey, man, get in there. And you wonder, like, wow, I thought I'm going to be sitting out. Now, obviously, Fulton getting hurt helps him out, right? It's just next man up. That's how it is. But they don't mind taking a guy out and just putting him in to say, hey, man, you take his rep. And Noah Williams, for my assessment from where he was at camp to where he is now, he's found himself. He's found his game where he needs to be. And it's showing up big time on film. So
yeah, and that the coaching can go a long way with doing that for a player.
Yeah.
Ooh, we can do that, Jeremy. Yeah, we can do that. Well, we're actually coming close to our holiday giveaway coming up soon. Our guy Corey, the artist chief, has sent us, like we did last year, sent us a bunch of stuff to give away to you guys. And so, yeah, we'll be doing the same thing we did last year. That just comes with subscribing to the channel and giving us a review on Apple Podcasts. So, Jeremy, you're on the right track. We're almost at holiday season, buddy. So we'll be doing giveaways soon, bud.
Yeah.
JD, so you mentioned Noah Williams, which is perfect. I wanted to kind of give a shout out to Noah Williams in our episode tonight. So obviously going to
Demetrio said, I knew Leo was going to be a problem when I seen Death Row wrote on his arms when he was in college. Really? I didn't know that. That's wild. That's good.
I think it's a Wisconsin reference, right?
Really?
Wisconsin football reference.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It's a badass tattoo to have on your arm. So you mentioned Noah Williams, JD, and I know he's been the talk of the town amongst everybody's talking about how great he's been. Because, right off the bat, when you think of our rookies, right, you think of Josh Simmons as the rookie of the year for the team so far, being the left tackle, and he's going to be our left tackle for the next 10 years, hopefully, or more than that. But then Noah Williams comes, Christian Fulton gets hurt, and it's like, okay, well, who's going to be the next man up? Noah Williams has stepped up, and looking at the numbers, I know I'm going to mention PFF here, but again, only because we like the stat, we're going to mention this. But over the last 3 weeks, he's gone up against Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, and DeAndre Hopkins, and he's allowed 2 catches on 7 targets for 10 yards with 2 pass breakups and a pass rating against him of 39.6. On top of that, PFF has him graded as the number 1 corner in football right now. So PFF's a big fan of our guy, Noah Williams. So JD, I know you talked about all the stuff that you talked to him about at camp. Is this kind of a shock to you to see him kind of get it as fast as he has gotten it? Because I mean, I know on our pre-draft shows back in May or way before the draft, we were March, I guess. We were big fans of this guy. Tasia was talking about him, and we were saying, oh yeah, we like his makeup and where we can get him in the draft realistically. But like the fact that he's coming in right out the gate and kind of being put this playing time being put on him, and every week you're seeing more and more snaps for him. Are you shocked at all about how good he's looked? I know we like his talent, but are you shocked about how good he has looked so far?
Not really. Not really. I think in the confines of what you asked, do he played? I think he fits what we do. And like I said, when I talked to him at camp, he seemed like a cerebral guy. Seems like a guy that's really a deep thinker. Analyzes things. I could just tell that. And I was like, okay. When you take an assessment of people when you're speaking to them, you're like, who this person is. So yeah, that's what I saw from him. He seemed like a dude that would be in his room playing a lute or something. He just be strumming away, like he just like there's depth to him. I know. When I was talking, I was like, there's a lot to this kid. There's a lot to him.
Did you get TG vibes from him? Both Cal Berkeley guys, so maybe they're both a cerebral type of very intelligent guys. I don't think that.
I never thought about that. Yeah. DG's he's a deep thinker too. You know, always looking out for knowledge. Info. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I can see that. That's why these guys they're up at Cal Berkeley. Okay, I'm talking right there, man. Smart guys. So, and they get you up there.
Go to open mic nights and singing aloud poems and stuff.
Yeah. That's what he's doing. This is no out here to give you the spoken word. Taking through the wide receiver. It don't matter if are you receiver on this. I'm giving you the business. When you come out, I'll put my hands on your chest, making you switch up and moving it, whatever it may be. I just messing around. But yeah, I'm not shocked by this at all, man. I'm not. What I am shocked about is how physical he is. That shocks me. That shocked me. And I'm like, look at this dude. So sometimes somebody just needs to, hey, man, take the gloves off. Let you go at it. Like, hey, man, you got every right to punch a sucker in the mouth. Go ahead. Okay.
His physicality did show off in his college tape, but are you saying just like it's one thing to be tough guy with ACC, Mr. Utah Tech kind of team versus a guy, a all pro receivers. That's
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, we ain't talking about international finance, right? Running the route. So you trying to get open. You sitting over like, hey man, I'm going to work with Wall Street. This is what I'm ready to go do. So yeah, so for him, it'd have been different with a different guy, a bigger guy like AJ Brown and those guys. You're thinking, okay, how's he going to measure up against those dudes? Very well. And I think sometimes also too, Marcus, when you realize and you get up here to the league, you realize you can play with everybody. He learned a lot, shoot. And also too, where it's different from our offense, our guys are trying to run by him. And I'm sure when they did one-on-ones and whatnot, the guys talked to him, wide receivers talked to him. There's things that he learned. He's like, okay, this is what I got to do. This is how I got to play. But he has some of the best, and Dave and Spags, in his corner. So, not Utah Tech. That's right. It ain't Utah Tech, man. No, it ain't. So,
I actually had a clip from Dave Mayer talking about Noel after the Giants game last week, the last time we saw the defensive staff talk. This is Dave Mayer on Noel Williams.
Noel Williams has had a progression where he's playing more and more on the outside, and you've left him one-on-one with some pretty good wide receivers. How does that help you with allowing Trent McDuffie to play in the slot?
Tremendously. So if we can have a young man like a Noel come in and do the things that he's doing, you want that. And so the fact that he's able to go out there and use his skill set versus these top receivers, that's helping everyone out. Not only Trent, it's helping the D-line out as well.
Short and sweet. Helping the entire team out. You say a lot of the sacks we've gotten in that Giants game alone were coverage sacks, right? And a lot of our guys doing their job back there. Cook, McDuffie, Connor, all these guys coming to play back there in the secondary.
Yeah, it's complimentary football, man. That's what it is. And so, like Dave was saying, like, shoot, you cover guys up, they ain't got nowhere to throw the ball. Who are you gonna throw the ball to? Sucker's right here in his hip pocket. That's what he is. Sucker's right around him like he's a belt. I'm right there in your hip. That's what it is. Okay. So I'm the patch on your Levi jeans is what I am. Okay. That's what he's gonna be. So no, they summed it up really well, because that's how it works. When you have, like you said, young guy come in and show his skill set. So
I'm just amazed. Just look at the numbers. Obviously, you watch the game, you see, these guys aren't really doing anything on him. But then when you see Hopkins, Neighbors, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, two catches on 7 targets for 10 yards over these few game span. I know it's a small sample size, but it's a really good start to a career for the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing love for Noel and Roland Wallace. Yep. CRW, another guy who's stepping up in year 2. So. All right, guys. Now we're going to open up the phone lines to get you guys to come on here and ask us questions to preview this Jacksonville Jaguars and Chiefs game for Monday night. So I'm sending out the invite link in the chat. So, guys, hop on in and ask away.
Come on in. Come say what's up to your boy.
We had 8 people on last week, guys. Let's see if we can match that number and maybe more this week. All right. JD, I have to run to the bathroom real quickly. I drank like 10 bottles of water today. So I'll be right back.
All right. Mr. Roy, I'm not ready. Okay. Mr. Roy is not ready. It's all right. We're going to get in. Our brother, Optimistic James, is here in the house. What up, man? What up? What up?
Every day is another day.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Every day is another day that's a beautiful day. That's what I hope it is, you know?
I messed around. I had to smack myself in the face last week.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because Hunt and Pacheco got off whenever Xavier Worthy got in. Am I lying, though?
What do you say?
It looked like they actually had, because I remember what I had said that Pacheco can't cut lanes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Remember I said that earlier in the year? I was like, he was just straightforward.
Yeah. Right. Right.
That joker messed around and those lanes was opening up.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think, okay, just for the fact of, say, impact.
Yeah.
Worthy messed around and got those yards because Worthy messed around and opened up those lanes to where those running backs was 6, 7, 7, 10s.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Worthy was the impact?
Worthy was definitely impact on the offense, what we did. I think down the field for our wide receivers even more because they had to play us honest. And especially when I say that is, you got to back up your guys. But also, too, when I think about it, I think offensive line they blocked a little bit better. I think offensive line is getting better week in and week out, to be honest with you, Optimistic James. So when I'm watching before the very first of the season, and everybody's like, oh, Pacheco's not doing this, Hunter's not doing all that. Well, shoot, our offensive line wasn't doing any of those things. They would open up the doors. So I don't think it was just necessarily based off Worthy in the run game. I think it had to do something with what we were doing, with up front, O-line. So
you don't think you don't think that Worthy's downfield mess around and okay, because we got Tyquan Thornton, right?
Yeah.
We got freaking Hollywood Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They was not opening up the offensive line to actually make those type of plays. Or was Andy Reid not calling those type of plays?
Well, we got different plays for Worthy for sure, right? We ran a couple of jet sweeps with him, which a couple other guys might be able to run it, but not to his degree, not to his effectiveness. In the passing game, Xavier Worthy definitely opens up the defense in the secondary for sure. And so it helps out just knowing that you got a weapon like that out on the field. There's just more you can do. But I'm just saying, in particular in the run game, though, all the run game is predicated about the guys up front. It's all about the dudes up front and what they do and how they block it. Because you could have the best receiver, you could run the ball you want to, or you could pass the ball you want to. If the guys up front ain't blocking open up the holes, it don't matter what it's going to look like. And more than likely, it's going to look terrible. And I say this because when I'm looking at some of these other guys that's in the league now, Genti and all these other, guys that came in with all the hype, they ain't making yards. Why is that? Because their offensive line ain't as good. That's why. And so it's gonna be a tough road for anybody, man, whose offensive line ain't blocking well.
That's the easy question because they're gonna say, "Oh, where it's only the freaking 31st defense in the league."
Oh yeah.
Now the real impact.
Yeah.
Those linebackers for Kansas City stepped up for the number one stepped up against the number one offense in the league to date. So we gonna mess around. We can just decredit, just because it's like the freaking second to last but what did we do defensive wise is what I'm saying. That because I mess around and I talk stuff against the freaking linebackers and I talk stuff against the freaking running backs.
I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Hey, look, listen. Sometimes they need that talking to. You feel me? Sometimes they just need some of that. And maybe it's what they need, just a little bit of that criticism to bring them about. Okay, optimistic James don't believe in us. Okay, I got it. Okay, we're gonna go out there and show him. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show him what we all about. So, man,
those linebackers stepped up. And the defensive Spags said it just right. You don't know what their assignment is. So if Chris Jones messed around and actually did his assignment, that's why the linebackers look so good.
Absolutely, 1,000%. You need the guys up front, man, to let the linebackers roam. You have to. And if you don't have a good defensive line that's going to be able to help them roam, then they're not going to look good. And they're going to look, getting to the second level, running, hitting their hole on the goalpost, and
make us look crazy.
Yeah, preseason, man, our defensive line didn't look that great. Well, we didn't have Chris Jones went in there, obviously, but now we're just doing some things differently. And so what's name is coming up? Shoot, July is looking good. Norman Lott's looking good. Amenahu's looking good in that role of doing things. Tillery came in and gave us a little something. You know what I mean?
The D-line got their hands up this game.
Yeah, that's another one. You can't. Hey, that's real simple. The simple thing with that is this is how it's being told. Hey, if you can't get back there, get your hand up. Soon as you see him in that throwing motion, get your hand up. Okay? We know you ain't gonna be able to get back there all the time, but at least if you're on the line of scrimmage, get that hand up, let him throw through some type of obstruction. Shoot, your hand might just get in the way of something. You might tip it. And you see a lot of it happening. So,
and they did very good this week. I ain't gonna mess around and hold them against them because it's like whatever they said, like injuries or whatever, blah, 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 blah. A person is getting paid more than me to be on a football field than I get at a warehouse. So anyway that it goes, them jokers getting paid to do that.
Yeah, yes they are. Yes they are, man. That's for sure. That's for sure. So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little, like she said, constructive criticism. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I know these guys out there trying to do their job. Like, you do your job. So regardless of how much somebody's getting paid, they out there trying to do their job. So it means something to them.
But they did a very good job against the number one offense in the league. So salute to them for all the criticism that they're taking to mess around and say it was the defense they messed around with. It was the last ranked defense, whatever. Whatever. We played the first ranked offense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you
That's
go.
right. And showed out.
But I definitely and showed, yeah.
All right, my brother.
I got you.
Yes, sir. Salute to you, man. Appreciate your input always, my brother. Appreciate it. All right.
And thank y'all again.
Yes, sir.
Always.
All right.
All right. Now we got Rustus Android coming in here. Rustus, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me? Oh,
man.
Mute. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
That's good.
You good?
Yeah. Well, the first time I came on, I was muted, so now I'm like nervous every time I come on. But
good.
Not too much. First of all, I did watch the game and they didn't lose. So perhaps
it wasn't you.
I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't you. You wasn't the one.
Not only did they not lose, it was a crazy victory. So I was like jumping up and down on that, just going crazy. But my question would be, is this, because I'm watching a lot of other like channels and other and the media talking about, is this a one-off? Have they turned a corner? And in my opinion, like when even at camp, when we saw all these names, we have all these receivers coming in. I know Rice was going to be suspended, but we have we have Thornton, we have Xavier, and on paper the Chiefs look like an incredible like offensive like attack. And then when the season started, it was a little but in the second half of the last game, it like turned around, and this game was crazy. Is this my question? Is this what have we turned a corner? Are we back to the old Mahomes? Are we just gonna go crazy from here on out?
Well,
what is your prediction?
I say that just like anything else, when you're going through the season, you're looking for every single game to get better. That's what you're looking for. When you come out of camp, everybody's still kind of fresh. You don't quite know where everybody is, and also too, some of the blind spots where you didn't think like maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. And I say that like line wise. And so some of those guys just had to get a little bit more exposure. You're not doing a lot of blocking in camp. You're just not. And so what we had to do is we had to incorporate running the football even more.
Yeah.
Also, too, we're talking about now all of a sudden you're down Worthy and Rice, your two starters. Now everybody else got to step up. What's Hollywood Brown going to do? Okay. What is Tyquan Thornton? Was all the hype real? And we found out it was. And so he steps up.
He was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He stepped up quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know he ran a 4.1, apparently. That wasn't his official score, but No, but before he ran a 4.1 apparently, and then he redid it, and then he came to 4.27 or whatever it was. But the guy's crazy fast. That's all I'm trying to say. He's got a lot of speed, no matter what they recorded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe his unofficial time was 4.21, and then he ran a 4.28.
4.28. Oh, he ran a
4.21 unofficial.
Yeah, 4.21. What did I say? 4.1. No. 4.21. Yeah,
hey man, listen.
My bad.
If it is 4.2 anything,
it's fast.
4.2 anything is fast. That's blazing speed. That's blazing speed.
Yeah, guys, we got a lot of speed for sure.
Yes.
And,
yes.
So I was looking forward to it. I mean, I was expecting a little bump. That's what I was expecting last year because Hollywood Brown had come out, and then it was kind of the same hype, really. And then all the injuries happened. But you're kind of expecting a little bit of a rough start and then kind of a takeoff, and that really never happened. And now it looks like that corner may be turning, and I'm just getting excited for it is all. And I'm just hoping it's not a kind of one or two off, and that it's the real deal,
Well, I say this, okay, and what you're looking for growth and progression. So obviously we knew the Chargers' first game was going to be tough.
Yeah.
Eagles was going to be a tough one. New York and kind of like, okay, we can get a little bit more of that confidence, which we did, okay, for the Baltimore game. And so that happened for us. Baltimore comes in and we absolutely decimate them, okay? And so that gives us even more confidence. But what I've seen in the grade line,
again?
I said what I see is
what did we do to them?
We decimated them.
That's right. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And so the thing is, when we go to Jacksonville, that's another team that we should beat. We should win
for
these
sure.
games.
Yeah.
So any of these things that we have, we're always looking for to build on and get better. So turning the corner, have we gotten better? We have. I don't know turning the corner what that would be. I don't know what that measure is of like turning the corner. I was saying we always all the way back. We won't be all the way back until we got a full team. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Now, what happens if now? I agree that we need a bit like more balanced on the run side to be able to like push it. But what happens if we played the Jags and we lose? What does that say?
I don't know.
I think it says it's another team, another formidable team in the AFC. I think I don't think that means we're done by any means. I just think that it is another good team in the AFC.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, if you lose, shoot, is there something you can take away from the game, right? Then you can take an assessment like, okay, maybe we wasn't that good, maybe whatever it may be. Okay, and you're always looking to like I said, try to improve and get better off. So, does that mean if we do lose to Jacksonville, which we're not going to lose?
Nah, it's not happening.
Yeah, if that does happen, you still take stock and you reassess everything that you're doing, right? And you'll look at, okay, what did we not call right? What happened here? How did we lose this spot? How we didn't make the plays that we needed to make? How did we put the guys in position to make the plays that we should have? So all those questions come into turn, and it's going to be after every single game that you play. So even if you get a win, and I want everybody to understand this, even after we got a win against Baltimore, there was things that was wrong on film.
Sure. Yeah.
And so we still need to improve on that. So that's why I said like that measure of like turning the corner, what does that mean? Shoot, right now they have a standard that they still want to get to. I don't think they got to that standard yet. No,
they definitely haven't hit their potential.
Not at all, man.
Their crazy potential. Yeah. Well, part of being a Chiefs fan, I think, is understanding that we're always, for some reason, the underdogs, and I don't know why that is. But it's fun to like twist that knife when Mahomes or when everything like doesn't go the way of the complainers, and we wind up in a victory. So I'm looking forward to that. Love you guys, and thanks for everything you do,
brother.
Man.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
You, buddy.
That's a great question, actually, by the way, really, because I think it's, for real, because people go to that. People really wonder, well, are we as good? Are we that team? Are we back? And I'm just sitting there saying, hey, man, we're just getting better and better every week, okay? Yeah. So until we're firing on all cylinders, having everybody in here, hey.
Well, I don't know how to explain it. It's like being a Chiefs fan is like you are elite, but you're kind of looked at as like the scum of the earth for some reason. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. So you're not in that sort of same category, but you are. You know what I mean? Yeah. But nobody recognizes that, and there's like something about that just makes you like ticked off, and also just love it.
Well, here it is, though, Brian. They're tired of us winning. They're tired of us playing. In the Super Bowl. They get tired of all the media around us, whether it be Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, Patrick Mahomes, and all the things he's dealt with his family. Like they're tired of seeing the Chiefs. Okay, and so what people want, they want new blood. They want new people at the top. That's what they want.
They're just fickle. Do you? Is it the same way with the Patriots? Did it happen this early? But was it this early though?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I don't remember.
I was one of those guys. I didn't like the Patriots.
I didn't either.
Lose every time. See, exactly. So we were out of that.
I like Tom. Brady was actually kind of a cool guy, but I didn't know no more Patriots.
I didn't really care for him too much. the whole because there was always some controversy around him. That's what I didn't like about it. It was always them cheating. It was always the little things we heard about them, like Belichick turning on the AC during the wintertime, keep the team cold, things like that. Like, the play gate, all of those things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He was a big Christian, which I appreciated, or he seemed to be. He purported that. So I guess that's the part I latched on to. But Brady, he's a Christian. Oh. Is he not?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But I mean, if he's, I've never heard him talk about his faith. So
okay. All right. Yeah, I seem to remember that, but that's okay. Yeah. But anyway, all the other things kind of stunk, and it was kind of tiring to see him like just keep winning. But I don't remember it happening so fast. Like it seems like the Chiefs won like 3. They were in 3 Super Bowls, and all of a sudden everybody hated them. But it took like the Patriots like 7 before they got. I could be wrong on that. It's a lot.
I think people were tired of him when they was doing that stretch of like the 3. Like, oh, not again, not these jokers again, not them again.
My feeling was kind of right out the gate. And the whole Tuck rule thing was very shady, and a lot of people thought that whole thing was shady from the jump.
About that. Yeah.
And that's pretty much that. And that Tucker thing doesn't happen, they don't get to the Super Bowl, and they don't win that first one.
Yeah,
that was in the beginning.
That was before the first one. That was the year of the first one.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. This is the facts. You guys are like correcting me here on stuff, so that's why I watch you guys. Yeah,
it's all good, brother. Man, we appreciate you watching and coming on though too, man. Thank you so much, man, for coming on.
All right, man. You guys have a good day.
Yeah, you do the same, man. Appreciate you, Russ. Love you, man. Thank you.
All right, that was good stuff. Optimistic James and Rustus Android. Good stuff tonight, fellas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, all right. So listen, we don't have anybody else coming in. Okay, we've been on this thing for a while. I got to go up here and make sure the girls turn in. So
we're back Friday for you guys.
We'll be back Friday with a little bit more fire, turning some things out. So, listen, it was a good session, good episode tonight. Had a few stories that I talked about down there in Jacksonville, dealing with that Duval down there.
Duval.
Yeah, Duval. How do you what?
And that's the same guy that told Salah, say it to my face next time. Keep my name out of your mouth and walk away.
Yo, did, man. I'll let tough talk. I'm not going to do nothing. He ain't going to crush your rate. Like I said, man, soft as pharmacy cotton. What he is, man. They might hear that. So, yeah, great call. Great call. So,
all right, guys. Well, that does it for us on this Wednesday evening. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Got a lot out of this one, previewing this Jacksonville Jaguars Chiefs game. And, of course, had some story time with JD. And, of course, we saw some of you guys come in and ask away some of the questions for this upcoming game. But that'll do it for us. We will see you guys Friday night for JD's Keys to Victory and Tasia and I's bets. And last week, we actually did really well with the bets. So we're going to keep this thing going. We're going to keep this thing going this coming week. But we love you guys, and we will see you guys Friday. JD, take us away, brother.
Thank you all, ladies and gents. Appreciate you all coming out. We had a packed house tonight, people coming in, and everybody over in the comment section. Sasha said, thank you for your time. Sasha, thank you as well for yours. So like we said, we always appreciate you all, the contributions that you give to us. But we love having this and engaging with you guys and gals. So we'll see you on Friday. We will see you on Friday. It's a lot of people. Jazzy D, Sasha, Brown Home, Rich Cooper, Drew A79, go for KNC Forever, Demetrio Spence, Deshaun Hammonds, Optimistic James, Richie Hall, Rich Cooper, The Barbershop, Brian Hong, Jeremy Olsen, Rich Hendrickson. Let me see what else we got in here. I see Stuart Salzman. What up, Stu? What up, Stu? Rich Cooper. He said he wanted to get a jersey, Marcus, of you.
I'm surprised you did after Wednesday's show or after Monday's show. I don't think you ever want to talk to me ever again.
Yeah, ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Nah, he's, Stu, I'm sure, is very sorry being silly like he was. But also, too, Rich Cooper was here. We had a lot of people here in the house tonight. JW84. Appreciate you guys for coming in and gals coming in tonight. And, of course, everybody, Rustin Roy coming on the show and Optimistic James. Thank y'all so much. Leonard Hunter. We waiting, Aaron Rose 69. We waiting on one of the ladies come on in. We had them when Greg Rose. Jeremy Gallagher giving it for the contribution. Thank you, sir. Ozzy Logano. My nose good. Yes, he is. MHK Angler. Oh, we got that as a fisherman. Okay. Kansas City Area Youth Jazz. I ain't seen that name in a while. Good to see you. Jason Tarbox. Eric Brown. EB. What up, man? Let me see. Pono Kawhi. Pono was in there? Oh, I always miss Pono come in. Pono JD, who's susceptible to being traded by the deadline. Ooh. I read that Hollywood and Thornton could be tradable when Rasheed gets back.
I don't see that. I think with the injury problems we've had that wide receiver room, there's no way in heck they're doing that.
No sirree. No sirree. Joey, Steve Atkinson. Man, shoot. John Clifford was here. G was in the house. Janet Pirate. What's up, Janet? Don Peterson. Like I said, Rusty Roy, appreciate your contribution. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Gary Holland.
Which question?
The question was who would be.
Oh, about trading?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
You think that's possible? I mean, I just think we built this wide receiver room up for the reason of because we've had injuries in that room.
Yeah, I don't think neither one of those guys. I wouldn't do it. And Rose 69, like you said, because of the injuries. I mean, no, I think we're good. I think we're good where we are. Delmonte Green Beans said, "Fool Lamar body worker culture." Appreciate my guy. First time in here. Thank you so much. General 51. About time. Hippie Cypriot Hannah. Pro Dan Man. Oh, Jason, when players suffer these horrific injuries on the field, are they administered pain meds? I asked because watching Tyreek being cut off, he is smiling and waving. Now you don't have pain meds, not then. No. Smiling and waving is different when you're in the moment, that pain that you're in the moment. And when something's dislocated, because I think when he dislocated his knee, is that what happened? Is that what happened? So when you get it back in that, the capsule, whatever, in that joint, there's relief there. There's still pain, but there's relief. It's not the pain that you were feeling when it was dislocated. That now being dislocated, and woo, that's a different feeling. That is a different feeling. I'm telling you, that was, when I say Andre Chenault was here, like one of the worst pains, I am not joking. I am not joking. I mean, excruciating. So John G, the barbershop, was here. Yeah. Reese 913. What up, Reese? I think, man, that's pretty much it, Marcus. I think everybody out there holler, gave everybody a shout out. Sasha, if I didn't say your name, don't take it personal. Ray 028. I just said yours. Hippie Cypriot. I think I said yours. But Illy Beeman here. What up, Illy Beeman? I love you. Me and Marcus love you guys. So y'all take care. God bless. Love each other the way you're supposed to love one another. Let's do a much better job of those things. Okay. And with that being said, Marcus, I love you, my brother. Love you all out here. Chiefs Concerns, Chiefs family. We will see you all here, same bad time, same bad channel on Friday. So y'all have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Friday. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.